I come in with my bottle and my own bitch. By the end of the night, we leave with your bitch. I don't be around.
Hey, yo, what's going down? I'm OD. This is Slump Sessions. We're here, back at it, with one of my first interviews I've done whenever I first started, and now bringing it back to one of my first interviews I've done in a little bit. We had to sit down with the one, the only Mr. Castro Escobar.
Hey,
How you doing, man?
I'm cool, man. I'm cooling. I'm feeling good. So
You feeling good?
I'm feeling great, actually.
It was a great experience, actually, being able to go to the studio with you and see how you work, see your workflow, and get a sense of some of this new music you got.
Yeah. Nah, for sure. I appreciate you coming down here, man. I know you took a little trip, you know what I'm saying? It's the same trip we take to the city, you know what I'm saying? But from the city down here, nobody really want to do it, so I appreciate you for doing that, bro.
I was thinking of that on the way over here. I was like, man, this is quite a drive to actually to make it to the city to go do something like Midtown or something.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. That's what I'm saying, like, the fact that you came down here, nobody likes to come, like, what is anybody going to go? We go up there to the city, you know what I'm saying? What is anybody going to come down here to do, you know what I'm saying? So for you to come all the way down here, I appreciate you, bro.
So whenever you actually go out to Midtown and shit, like, what is that like to actually make that drive back, like at, I'm sure, 2-3 in the morning?
Man, I feel like it's been normalized for us. So I don't think it's really like a big deal. Like if y'all were to come down here to go turn up and then go back, I feel like maybe every 3, 4, whatever, I'd be like, damn, we ain't trying to take that drive. But to us, man, we go to the city every weekend. So it's like, that's true. It ain't nothing, bro. Like we got used to it, I guess you could say. You know what I'm saying? So
What's there to do out here? Like if you're not going to the city, what's there to do out here?
I'm gonna tell you like this, bro. If you don't know nobody, you ain't doing nothing.
Okay.
So you gotta know the people. You gotta know what you getting into. Cause I'm telling, bro, we be turning up out here sometimes. Me personally, I can't speak for everybody down here, but down here, bro, if you know the right people, if you know the right environment, if you know the right time,
you got fun.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
I done went to the city and niggas ain't even turning up like this. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm not saying that people in Houston, you know, whatever the fuck, but I'm saying if you know where I feel like it's the same in Houston though. Like
That's true. If you know the right people, you can have tons of fun in Houston. But if you go by yourself and you don't know what's going on, you're just gonna be wandering around.
Exactly, bro. You go to a fucking a house party with 10 people, you're gonna turn up more than going to the club in Houston if you ain't feeling it. You know what I'm saying? So
that's true.
Hell yeah.
So we did have a whole kind of day planned for today that unfortunately didn't quite plan out, but it was still really good to go into the studio with you and see whatever you got going on, and working with C4,
of course.
So I mean, y'all have a good vibe together.
Absolutely, that's my boy.
So
hell yeah.
It was good to see all that, man. So for the people who didn't see the first interview that we did, 2018, which
2018,
I think so.
I had long hair.
You did.
Yeah.
You did have long hair. I believe so. And it's been a while, but it feels like a lot longer. It feels like so much has gone by since then. Because since 2018, man, we've had pandemics. We've had, 2 different presidents already and shit. So it's been
a minute.
Yeah.
It's been a minute. Nah, definitely.
So just starting off from the beginning, man, Castro Escobar coming over and being fresh to this country and, you know, trying to figure out how things work. What is that like?
I mean, it's just, anybody can say it's hard, you know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't, I'm not going to sit here and get, a pity story about it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I crossed over here with my mom. I was young, bro. Crossed over here with my mom. My dad's family was in Atlanta. I was raised in Atlanta till I was 13. Then I came down here to this little county, Brazoria County, at 13. I didn't want to move over here, bro. I remember telling my mom, what about my cousins? What about my this and that?
Coming from Atlanta to over here, that seems like it was
culture shock.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was the biggest culture shock.
What part of Atlanta were you in?
West Side Marietta.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's where we was at. And it's crazy because back in the Gap, bro, like back in the day when I was a little kid, it was nothing but black people out there, bro. Nigga, you went out there, bro, you go to the fucking convenience store, bro, like it was nothing but black people, you know what I'm saying? And then I recently went back in 26, well not recently, I guess it's a long time now, but I went back in like 2015 and Nigga, it ain't nothing but Mexicans out there, fool. We be multiplying like fucking rabbits. Bro, like, that shit's crazy to me, fool. Like, the same fucking stores I used to go to, bro, they knock down stores, convenience stores, this and that. They're carnicerias now. There's taco trucks everywhere. The Waffle House, it ain't just black people no more. It's a lot of Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, yeah, bro, like that. Back then, it was mostly blacks. Now it's like mostly Mexicans. But whenever I left, it was mostly blacks. I came over here, it was a culture change because I seen a lot of Mexicans and I seen a lot of fucking white people. And I ain't never seen white people out there. You know what I'm saying?
There's a lot of white people out here.
No, yeah. Especially out here. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it was definitely a big culture change for me, bro. And, I mean, I just learned how to adapt to it. You know what I mean?
And why this area? Why not, move just a little bit further to like Houston or something? Why just...
I mean, the reason being, honestly, if I could be real with you, bro, was we were going to move to Houston with one of my cousins. But it wasn't that we were going to move with my cousin. It was just they knew the area, but we couldn't really... we was bad back then, you know what I'm saying? So it was just like, we can move in this area where my cousin is at, blah, blah, blah. But it didn't work like that. And then another one of my cousins, the only one cousin that I did have in this area was like, y'all could come over here with us. Okay. So that's what really, because like I said, we were doing bad. Moved down here. And I remember my mom told me, she was like, we're going to move to West Columbia. I said, what the fuck is a West Columbia? I said, West Columbia? She said, yeah. I said, what the fuck? And then my dad had got here first before. He went and picked us up from Mexico after I had got my green card. And I remember my dad was like, they got a McDonald's and they got a Walmart.
That's all you need. that sounds like Baytown. That's all you need.
But what I'm saying is like, I thought, bro, whenever he told me that, I was just like, fuck you mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I could walk to the Quick Trip. I could go get the convenience store like 3 minutes away. Walk. Like, what do you mean? We ended up coming down here after I went back to Mexico, came down over here. And I didn't like it, bro. Keep it 1,000. It was a bit of culture change. I did not like it at all, bro. And, after a while, of course, I went to school and shit. And that was back when... we didn't have no fucking iPhones. We didn't have no spot. We didn't have none of that shit. Yeah. So in my computer class, I remember there was this dude, Javier Jimenez. That's one of my best friends. He's the one who did all of my tattoos. Javier Jimenez, shout out him. He was the first friend I ever made when I came down here. He told me, you know who SPM is? And I was like, I thought he said I thought he had said ESPN. I was like, I know the channel, but I don't watch it. But he was like, SPM, South Park Mexican. I was like, fuck is that? He burned me a whole CD, bro. He burned me a whole CD with a bunch of SPN songs. I had this like boombox thing that my dad had stole from his work like years back, and he gave it to me. And I played it. And after that, bro, every time I had a computer class, I would go into my computer class and I would look up all the new artists. Because back then it wasn't like Facebook. It wasn't all of that. So it's just like Google. And I would look up all the artists, everything this and that, and I would look up songs. I would go to the Walmart, the only Walmart that was in West Columbia. I would buy blank CDs, and I would write, and I would give this girl $5 for each CD she gave me. And that's when I really got into music. Because I didn't, you know what I'm saying? That's how it really went down.
Do you remember the first SPM song that you heard that really like stood out to you?
Miss Perfect. Okay. Miss Perfect was the first one, but I didn't even know it was him. And then whenever I came down here, my boy made me CDs. It was Real Gangsta. Real Gangsta. And I remember listening to it, and I heard it, and to me it was just like I didn't have a TV in my room. Yeah. I would hear it, and I would put the CD in, I would hear it, I would just kind of look at the wall and the ceiling, but I could picture everything. And that definitely did inspire me a lot, just to kind of like be like, how the fuck can somebody fucking just say words and you can see it all in your head, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. Technically, it was Miss Perfect, but if you want to get real, the first real song that I heard from him was Real Gangsta.
What other artists at that time were kind of drawing you into hip hop or really rap and stuff?
Lil Wayne.
Okay.
Lil Wayne. And like I said, at that time, when I really actually wanted to rap, or was like really into getting into rapping type shit, like I was already over here. So of course, when I was in Atlanta, I like to say in Atlanta, that's where my childhood was at. In Texas, out here in West Columbia area, in Houston area, that's where I became a man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So whenever I was in Atlanta, my favorite rapper used to be Ludacris.
He's one of my favorites.
And I feel like he's underrated. First and foremost, I feel like he's underrated.
Oh, yeah,
I feel
for
like
sure.
he's not spoken enough about. I feel like Ludacris is definitely like top 25.
I would put him in my top 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Even if I got to give him 25, he's top 25 to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just, I feel like people don't talk about him enough, whatever this and that, however the fuck it goes. But definitely T.I., definitely Lil Jon, definitely Lil Scrappy, definitely Outkast. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that, bro. Like, I would listen to it like, bro, my dad used to get mad, bro, when I was like in middle school and shit. And I used to have my boombox turned up. I had the radio on all day and all night. He used to come in there, turn that shit off. Paga esa pinche pendejada. This and that. And I remember the radio station, 95.5 The Beat. And it was just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I will always be playing that shit, bro. And what was the question?
Who did you actually listen to?
Oh, yeah, whatever. Anyway, whatever. So when I first really started rap, it was pretty much Lil Wayne, bro. Like, it was just, I would burn a lot of CDs, bro. I would tell people from my computer class to burn a lot of CDs, and Lil Wayne was, like, my top artist. So I would burn, like, his mixtapes from, like, The Drought is Over, The Drought 3, the Dedication mixtapes, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit was live to me, bro. So when I heard that shit, I was just like, damn, like, that shit is like, I can just rap and really spit and niggas will, you know what I'm saying? Like, niggas will listen to that shit. Like, that shit's hard as hell.
And when did you actually, you know, go from just being a fan to actually wanting to be the artist or, you know, start rapping?
Well, I mean, I feel like I always wanted to be the artist, bro. But I never, how do I say it? I never really made that jump to it. And then one time, whenever I was in gym class, I remember we was in the gym. It was my boy EC. Shout out EC, my boy. This white boy and this other dude that was freestyling in the gym, bro. And there was a bunch of people around them, and I was listening to them, and I was like, man, these niggas suck, bro. Like, these niggas suck. Like, and there's so many people around them. You know what I'm saying? And that's when I had went home. And I thought about it all, like the whole day I thought about it. And I went home and I remember I put the June 27th, I had a CD with the June 27th song in it. And I was like, let me try to rap. And I was like, man, I rap for like 5 minutes. I wasn't rhyming shit, bro. Like, I wasn't rhyming anything. Like, I was just rapping. Yeah. And then I see my cousin get out the restroom. She had a towel on her head. And I remember I was freestyling when she was coming down. She just kind of looked at me like, what the fuck? And I was like, my cousin just got out the shower, something. On her head, she has a towel. And I was like, oh, yeah, I could be a rapper now. Like, I was like, yeah. That was my defining point. Like, hell yeah, I could do this shit. And then, so after that, I just kind of started writing everything. But it really, of course, it wasn't, you know what I'm saying, what it is today. But after that point, I was just kind of like, you know, I guess because I seen couple of my friends in the gym, and I was just like, man, what are y'all doing? And I seen so many people around them, and I was like, I know I could do this shit better. You know what I'm saying? So that was really the point, I guess the break point into becoming an artist. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I guess it goes to show that rapping is a skill. It's not something that not everybody can just pick up and do.
Oh no.
So you know, over the years have pretty much, you know, harness the craft, and you know you've been sharpening the pen, and you know you've been working and getting better and better, you'd say.
Absolutely. Nah, yeah, it's just like, I'm not gonna lie, I feel like a lot of artists that is out here, I feel like they got it. I mean, I feel like it's just natural to them. I feel like they're just born into that. And some examples would be like NLE Chopper. I feel like, I mean, the motherfucker's been a star since he was 16. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it's effortless for him. You know what I mean? And he's dope. Another one is my boy OT. Like, I feel like him, like, whenever he, you know what I'm saying, he would hit me up and be like, yo, like, let's do this, and that, and we would do it. And I would hear him. I'd be like, because I known this boy, like, I know my nigga since he was like 10. I was like 16, he was like 10.
I feel like, did y'all start kind of rapping around the same time, or?
No, he started rapping way before I even thought about rapping. He was rapping since he was a kid. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I met him. I started rapping because I would record with my boy Moan out of Kick Dough. Shout out my boy Big Moan, Kick Dough Clip. Right there in West Columbia. He stays in West Columbia. I would record with him. I had just graduated, so I had just turned 18 because I'm an August baby. And not even long after that, he was like, hey, this is my nephew. And I remember I met him. Nigga was hyper as shit, doing backflips in the fucking backyard. And then, like, we would talk music shit. I'd be like, damn, this nigga knows his music shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, we were talking shit. But yeah, like whenever I would hear him back then, of course, I was really trying hard to do my shit. So I would just look at him and I'd be like, hell yeah. But I knew he had it. Like, I knew he wasn't bad. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And then years later, I was in LA and I remember Mom posted him and I was like, yo, is that him? Is that your little nephew? He was like, yeah. I was like, bro, that nigga got it. And when I came back, I linked up with him again. He was like, hey, Mexican. He was like, we need to get on the track, man. I was like, hey, he was right on, let's do it, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? So we got a couple of tracks in, everything. Of course, like, that's my boy. Like I said, I've been knowing for a long time. But getting back to what we was talking about is just like people like him, they just got it naturally, bro. Yeah. I feel like it don't even matter if they stop right now and continue within 5 years, like they just got it. You know what I mean? So that's just what it is, bro. I've been shopping in the pen for a long time, but there's people that just have it, you know what I mean?
So whenever you were first, starting and you were, starting to get the buzz and everything, what sort of things did you recognize early on that kind of help you today?
Don't believe everything that everybody tells you. Don't trust everybody that tries to look out for you, I guess you could say. Yeah. There's a lot of people, there's a lot of fugazi shit, bro. I promise you, bro, when I first got out this bitch and I got signed, and I went to LA, bro. Everybody was my boy. Everybody was my homie. Everybody was like, yeah, Castro, this and that. Hell yeah, West Columbia. Oh yeah, he from B County, this and that. And then when I came back from LA, bro, and they realized that I wasn't out there no more, there was a lot of motherfuckers that 90% of these motherfuckers. I reached out. Yeah. I said, what's up? I said, what's up, this and that, whatever. Nobody reached out, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's probably the worst part about this shit. Because a lot of these niggas, bro, they be acting like they be down for somebody, bro. But they not. I promise you, bro. A lot of these motherfuckers be trying to act like, oh, I got you, I did this and that, when they could benefit from you.
Yes. Yeah.
Once you can't give them anything, they won't even look your way. I promise. And that's probably the worst thing that I done learned from this shit, bro. Maybe if I would have gotten further than what I had did at the time, they would have still been there. But it's like, you know what I'm saying? Now that I came back, now that it's just different, now that it's just like, I ain't a part of this and that, niggas be trying to act like they wouldn't even, like you never existed. Yeah. So I would say that's the worst thing, bro. When shit gets rough, you're going to see who's really there.
I guess you could say it's also a blessing, though, because you came back and you realized that the people that, say that they were around you were fake, and you see the real for what it is, and you can kind of see through the bullshit.
Absolutely. Nah, yeah, for sure. Like, this past year, man, I surrounded myself around, I feel like God surrounded me around the people that I needed to be around. You know what I'm saying? Like, for the past, I came back from LA like in 2020. So it's been about 4 years, you know what I'm saying? And I kind of like, how do you say it? Excluded, or kind of like...
You secluded yourself.
There we go. Secluded myself, and I really didn't get out nowhere. And then when I did, I feel like I wasn't around the right people. And this past year, I had a little unfortunate event, and I linked up with my boy Rico. Shout out my boy Rico. And he just kind of opened my eyes, and he was like, man, you need to get out. You need to surround yourself around different people, this and that. And we did so, and then I met a lot of new people. I met a lot of people that were in the music industry and everything. Just not even, I wasn't even trying. You know what I'm saying? It just kind of happened. And then, you know, as we went out and did a lot of shit, like, I started working again. I started getting into this shit, and I feel like right now my circle, like how people say, I feel like I'm surrounded by the right people. I feel like the people that support me, love me, and hope the best for me is close to me. You know what I'm saying? So, absolutely, man. I feel like I'm on the right spot now.
I mean, having the right people around you could really make or break you, not even just as an artist, but just as a person in general. Like, if you have the wrong people around you, you're destined not to be, like, happy or something like that. Like, I feel like, at least.
No, absolutely. I mean, if you're around a bunch of people that's jealous of you, if you're around a bunch of people that don't really give a fuck about what you do, bro, you ain't gonna be the best of who you are. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I could sit here, even it ain't gotta be rapping, bro. It can be like fucking building houses, bro. You could be sitting here and you could live with 2 other people, and you could say, hey man, I just built this house, this and that. And if somebody's like, what? That's what you did? Blah, 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 blah. I don't give a fuck if you Superman. I don't give a fuck if you fucking whatever the fuck. That shit's gonna get to you, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But you could have somebody that you could build a little shed that ain't shit. You come back to the house and be like, bro, hell yeah, you got better. That shit's gonna build you up. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like the people that you surround yourself with is definitely a big category in what you do, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, man, I'm just glad that, you know, I surrounded myself with the right people. And there's a big difference between the right people and yes man, because I've been around yes man. Yeah. Trust me, like I done been in the studio in LA before to where I made some whack shit on purpose just to see. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you gonna say? Like, I'm gonna make this shit trash. What are you gonna say? Hell yeah, Castro. And I'm like, nigga, I know you just saying this shit because you want me to do this for you, bro. So it's just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I appreciate the people that I have around me right now. It makes a big difference, a huge difference, because you are who you surround yourself with. Yeah. You are a product of your environment. You know what I'm saying? So, absolutely, hell yeah.
So, whenever you talk about getting signed, you say it with quotations of getting signed. Why is that?
Because I didn't sign no paperwork.
Okay.
It wasn't, I didn't get signed. I got signed. You know what I'm saying? And it was I never spoke about it, but it was never a real deal. It was a verbal agreement to where I thought it was going to change my life, but it didn't. I don't blame the person for it. I left all that shit in the past. I wish the best for everybody on that side, for everybody on that team, for everything that they got going on. I swear to God, I put that on my mother's grave. I don't wish no bad for nobody. Yeah. Excuse me. But I never got signed. It wasn't a real deal. It was a verbal agreement. And I was very fortunate to do what I did. I was very fortunate to spread out like I did. And I will always appreciate what that person did for me forever. You know what I'm saying? But I never got signed. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I always say sign. You know what I mean?
And after all it was, said and done, and You were on tour. Did you ever want that paperwork behind it? Did you ever want, the actual deal, or were you still just kind of betting on the verbal agreement? Or
I mean, really, bro, I wanted something on paperwork to where I could help my family at that point.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Honestly, at that point, if a contract would have been set down on the table and would have came down to me, bro, and it would have been beneficial for me and my family, mind you, my mother had just passed. Hurricane Harvey had just came through. You know what I'm saying?
so there was a lot.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There was a lot, bro. And if a contract would have been set down on the table, came to me, and I would have agreed to all the, you know what I'm saying, whatever. And it would have been beneficial to my family. Not even to me, bro. If all the fucking money would have went down to the family, I would have been cool with that. You know what I'm saying? If I would have had a contract set down on the table like that, absolutely, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't there for no 360 deal. I wasn't there for nothing. You know what I'm saying? When I got that quote deal, I had lost my house. I had lost my car. My mother had gotten sick, and I had lost my job. Of course, I was hustling on the side, doing what I did, right? But at that point in my life in 2017, I felt like I was doing everything right. You know what I'm saying? And everything crumbled. I couldn't even go back to the job that I was doing. I couldn't even do the shit that I was doing on the side because I didn't have anything to support what I was doing. You know what I'm saying? So it was very hard at that time. And at that time, if something was offered to me as far as paperwork that would benefit my family, absolutely. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I would have done it. Absolutely.
I mean, you got to see probably parts of this country that you probably never thought you would see. And you got eyes on you that you never thought you would see. But at the end of the day, you do this because you love it, and you do it because hoping that you're going to be able to take care of your family at one point. I mean, so I see where you're coming from with that. I see what you're doing. And as far as like the touring and everything, do you feel like that took a toll on you as well, like mentally or anything? Like, I've always heard that touring brings out the worst in like kind of your demons or whatever.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's rough. It's not what everybody thinks it is. It's not just like going out, turning up in every party, like in every city. Like, of course, yeah, we have fun. Yeah. But there's a lot that goes with it. So it's like you got to realize sometimes you got to go from Chicago to Cleveland. And that's a 4-hour drive. 4-hour drives ain't shit to us because we from Texas. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But now at the same time, you got to realize you just had a show the night before. The next day, the driver wakes up at 8, 9, 10, this and that. Let's say 10, you get there at 2. You got to shower. You got to eat. You got to get ready. By 3 o'clock, you do sound check. By 4 o'clock, there's a meet and greet. By 5 o'clock, the opener's already in there. By 6 o'clock, it's already dark. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I feel like when people say that, it's not like, it's a job, bro. It is. At the end of the day, it's a job.
And it's also probably a lot more taxing than the 9 to 5 that a lot of people will have. Or
yeah. I feel like it's a lot of mental. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And you got to make sure your sound is right, because if you, let's say you're touring, you get a bad sound in Indianapolis. You think Indianapolis is going to want to book you again? You got to make the right impression every city you in. So you got to make sure everything is right, whether you hung over, whether you smoking, whether you tired, whether you whatever the fuck. Like, you got to, you know what I'm saying? So.
And your voice is your voice is your main tool.
Yeah, it's
so
a
you're
product
not,
that you're selling.
Yeah, you're not able to turn up as as a lot of people would, because you still gotta take care of yourself.
Absolutely. Hell yeah.
If you start getting sick in one city, that can knock you out for the next 5 cities.
What, bro? I remember my first tour, I lost my voice and my legs. My whole fucking legs, bro, was out because instead of jumping on stage, I was stomping on stage, bro. Oh. So all my legs were hurt. And in Chicago, my first tour ever, 2017 in Chicago, that was the only show that I ever did sober. And that's because I was so much in pain from my knees down that I stayed in a hotel while everything was getting ready, and then I got an Uber right whenever I performed. And I remember I was walking out there, and I felt like I was gonna fall. You know what I'm saying? So everything really fucking matters, bro, when you out there. You know what I'm saying?
So there's a lot that goes on with tour that's just not all the partying and everything.
Oh yeah, absolutely, bro. People think it's just partying and having fun and turning up. Yeah, that's what you see, but you don't see the hard work, because if we were to show you the hard work, you'd get bored. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like you see the highlights, you don't see the practice. Yeah. You know what I mean? That's what it is. So nah, yeah, absolutely, bro. Like what you see on tour, on fucking camera, those are the best parts.
That's like the 2 hours of the night where everything is good. They don't show the 10-hour drive from one city to the next city where you're bored in the bus, trying to find something to do, trying to just sleep.
Trying to recover.
Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to fucking sit here and think of the next song. Think of, you know, like.
Trying to fall asleep in the little bunk or something.
That was the worst. So it's just like people think that it's just like you go from one city, you count money, you got girls, you got this and that, and next it don't work like that, bro. Like you work for everything that you get, and it's just like whenever you touring, you working for every song that you make. This and that. If you wouldn't have made those songs, if you wouldn't have given that energy, if you wouldn't have signed those T-shirts, if you wouldn't have met those people, that show wouldn't be possible. So all of that is work too. You know what I'm saying? And
especially for someone who was in your position, who you weren't the headliner of the shows. Right. So you're going out there winning fans every single night, and you're really trying to make that good impression, because the people that you met on those tours are probably people that are still following you to this day and who are still supporting the music.
Absolutely. No, yeah, absolutely. Every time after the show, like, I would get off of the stage and I would walk into the crowd. You know what I'm saying? And that will never change. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if I make it to huge status one day to where I can't.
Because it's dangerous.
Right.
Yeah.
Dangerous, quote unquote.
I mean, you can't see Drake getting off a Toyota Center and going into the crowd.
But let's just say a little, you know, we talk a little smaller than Drake. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know what you're saying. But what I'm saying is just like, I'm a man of the people, bro. Yeah. Like I will always forever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here for, I said this shit so many times before, but I'm not here for none of all that other shit, bro. Like I'm here, I speak what I talk about. I hope that you can heal from it. I hope that you can be a better person from it. I hope that you can feel from it. You know what I'm saying? If I get 100,000 on YouTube, that's cool. If I get a fucking million on Spotify, that's cool. And I've done it. We've done this shit. I don't care about none of that shit. The shit I care about is if I can help you at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying?
The impact you make on others.
Hell yeah. I mean, of course, it feels good to hit 1 million. Oh, you know what I'm saying? But
that's not the most important thing.
Nah, it ain't the most important thing to me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're going to turn up. We're going to celebrate. We're going to throw some money. We're going to turn up. We're going to take some shots. We're going to smoke. We're going to this and that. But that's not the most important thing for me. You know what I'm saying? I
think that's one of the things that I've respected over the years, is that from the first time that me and you even communicated through Instagram, you've always been very nice and very respectful. You came over to the house, we did the interview. You just got off a tour and stuff. Yeah. So that right there shows a lot of your character, and just to this day, you still you're the same person.
No, yeah, for sure. I mean, I feel. I mean, everybody says that nothing gonna change them. I feel like people change, but they don't see that. I feel like people evolve. I don't think that people change. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, this shit ain't gonna change me, this and that. I feel like it did change me for a little bit, and I became something that I didn't think that I would ever become. And that's just because I was just so blinded with the frustration, the passing of my mother, the low funds, everything. And I feel like I just needed to act like I was something else so I would fill that void, you know what I'm saying? But after that happened, when I came back, I feel like I've just been me ever since, you know what I'm saying?
The passing of your mom at the height of basically everything that was going on at the time, that was kind of detrimental to you. And do you think you ever kind of took that time to sit back and kind of reflect on everything that was going on at the time? Or do you think you kind of just jumped into work and trying to, mask everything?
I mean, at the time, bro, my mom passed. It's about to be 6 years on the 9th of February. When my mom passed, bro, this I never thought I was gonna lose my mom.
Yeah.
My mom had cancer, and she told me I'm on stage 4. I went on tour. I lost my job. I went on tour because I had told that person, I'm like, whatever you're trying to do, let's do it, because I can't just be here. I got to do something for my mom. Went on tour. I remember my mom was so proud of me. She had my music as her ringtone. She had me on her screen lock, this and that. She had emergency surgery, so they removed the breast. And whenever I was touring in the end of 2017, I went to see her, and she was just really rough, but she would always tell me, like, like, I'm gonna make it, like, we're gonna be okay. So everything my mom would say, my mom could tell me that elephants could fly, and I would believe it, you know what I'm saying? So when she told me that, I kind of felt relief, you know what I'm saying? I was just kind of like, you're gonna be okay, I'm gonna come back from touring, everything's gonna be good. And then in 2018, 4 days before her birthday, I went over there and I seen her, and she passed right before my eyes, you know what I'm saying? That shit really, that's something that you don't really, I never in my life thought that I would have to go through that shit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Never did I think, like, I thought my whole entire life, like, I was gonna have this person and she was always gonna help me through everything that I've been through. Whether it's, oh, mom, I lost my job, and she comes and pats me in my head and she's like, it's okay. Oh, mom, this girl don't want me no more. Come here, there's more girl. Everything that always went through me, every problem, every situation, that was a person that I always went through. Yeah. So whenever I lost that person in my life, especially in the most, the biggest shift in my life, to where I was really an artist, and I didn't have it no more, I felt like I didn't have no more guidance. And I should have went to therapy. I should have not drank. I should have not been taking all these pills and going to sleep or turning up and taking all or sniffing this and that. I shouldn't have done that. I did that for a whole year and some change. And I was really just doing that to, like, numb myself. And maybe like a year, I think 2 years later, I kind of like, I had an incident where something happened to me, and I was very fortunate to be alive. And I was like, man, I'm gonna stop drinking. And I did stop drinking. I stopped smoking. I stopped every single thing. Not even nicotine, nothing. And I was sober for about a year and some change. And it changed my life, After that, I kind of was like, okay, there's better ways to deal with this situation than...
They're trying to mask it and trying to, yeah.
Absolutely. So, yeah, it was a...
It was a reflect. You took a little bit of time to reflect on yourself and how you were dealing with things.
A lot of time, man. Actually, if you really want to be technical,
yeah.
It was a lot of time, man. It was, like I said, I never thought that I had to deal with that. So it was the most life-changing thing to me. You know what I'm saying?
What kind of drew you back to it, or who was the person that really kind of brought you back into the music and stuff? You could have quit, did the 9-to-5 thing, lived a normal life. Thousands of people do it, especially thousands of artists. Yeah. What really brought you back to the music?
Earlier this year, man, I met my shorty. You know what I'm saying? And she had heard about me for a long time, since before I went to LA. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I've been all around the country, man. I done seen all types of shit. And then I met her, and You know, she was just kind of like, hey, whatever. And I was just like, oh. I remember when I met her, I was like, man, you look like a bitch. And she was like, what the fuck? Whatever. And then, whatever, right? Like, we just started chatting this and that. And I remember the same night when I met her, we went to a homeboy's crib. And I remember she was like, man, he's better than this. He's better than that. He's this, he's that. And I remember I looked at her and I was like, how a girl find like you like my shit? You know what I'm saying? Like, I thought only niggas that, you know what I'm saying, like, dig deep into the shit like my shit. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, she's like, this and that. And then she was like, Castro rap. And I'm like, man, I'm drunk. What the fuck you mean? Like,
That's the best time to rap.
I mean, if you want to hear me fuck up a little bit, yeah, we could do it. But she was like, rap. And then this and that. And then whatever, right? I didn't think nothing of it. I was just like, man, she fuck with my shit. And then like 3 days later, she was like, she sent me a text like at 3 a.m. And she was like, you should really get back into rapping. And I was like, the fuck? Like, okay, cool, whatever. And then just she kind of like sparked that flame, you know what I'm saying? And it just kind of like brought me back into the shit to where it's just kind of like, cause mind you, bro, for the past 4 years, I had people tell me all around me like, yo, your shit ain't good. Yo, you need to do this. Yo, you need to change that. Yo, you blah, 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 blah. So for 4 years passing and then somebody come up to you and be like, your shit's dope. Like, keep going. Like, I want to hear more. That shit's definitely going to inspire you and it's going to spark something up. If you have it in you, it's going to spark it up. You know what I'm saying? So.
And that goes back to the people you have around you. That goes back to that. What is different this time around?
I mean, that's the biggest thing. Just the people around me. And once I had the right people around me, I feel like I developed a new sound to where I'm more confident about the shit that I do. I'm more, how do you say it? I feel like I'm not just wasting my time anymore. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, trust me, bro, you could fucking do whatever the fuck you want and you could do it by yourself, bro. You could do it by yourself all fucking day. But if you have those right people besides you, bro, that shit's gonna multiply, bro. I promise you. I fucking promise you, bro.
Do you think this time around you're ready for kind of some of the bullshit and kind of the you know the people on the behind the scenes, you know, to all this? Do you think you're ready for all that this time around?
Anybody that want to fight, we can fight. Fuck all y'all niggas. All you bitches, if you trying to fight, my girl will fight you. Trust me. I don't really care what anybody got to say anymore, bro. I cared too much for years, bro. Yeah. Fuck them. At the end of the day, I could spit the hardest shit ever.
And there's gonna be somebody.
Hell yeah, bro. You got fucking comments under Drake's shit, bro. Yeah. Drake is the GOAT. In my opinion. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. But Drake is the GOAT in my opinion. And you got fucking thousands of people saying negative shit about him. Yeah. So it's just like, if somebody says something negative about me and they saying the same shit about Drake, I feel like I'm probably maybe doing something right. You know what I'm saying? So anybody, like, they can suck 1,000 dicks. I don't give a fuck. Fuck them. Fuck all them niggas, bro. And them bitches. Fuck them. That's all I got to say about that. You know what I'm saying?
I guess you realize that you're going to appeal to the people who you appeal to, and you can't satisfy everybody.
Yeah, I'm not for everybody, bro, because it's like, at the end of the day, bro, if a white fucking 37-year-old man listens to my music from Wyoming, I'm not going to be expecting him to praise me. But if a Mexican kid from fucking Houston that came over here illegally and he's having the same troubles that I do, he feels me and he's like, yo, I fuck with your shit, that's all I give a fuck about. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't like my music, if you don't like my sound, if you don't like what I'm doing, if you don't like me, suck 1,000 dicks. Sideways, bitch. That's all I gotta say.
So what's next for Castro, man? You're working on music, you're putting stuff, well, you're not putting stuff out yet.
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 But you are witnessing it.
Yes.
You have heard this.
Yes. I there is music there, and it's good music.
Come on.
We're just waiting for it. So what's next, man?
We're going to drop.
Project? Album? Mixtape? EP at least? A little 5-piece?
Well, boy, put me on the spot. Well, you know we got Fidel's breakfast. You know we got Fidel's lunch. You know we got Fidel's snack. You know we got Fidel's leftovers. Yeah. The dinner is gonna be my best work, but the dinner isn't coming up.
Okay.
So we got Fidel's food poisoning.
I like that you've kept the series going.
Absolutely. I will never stop. You know, the Carters are always the best. The Fidels are always the best. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I will always keep it like that. For now. Yeah. Well, so, we can't wait to see what you got. Do you have any kind of timeline that you're going for, or? I don't want to say. Yeah. I don't want to say, but
this year.
Absolutely.
This year, absolutely. You know, they can be expecting some stuff.
By the time this shit drops, I'm probably gonna drop something. Okay. So, videos are there, songs are there. I'm tired of, I'm coming back. I don't want to say nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? Just watch out. Okay. You know what I mean? That's all it is, and I don't even want to give no type of hints of what I got, no nothing. Like, I just want people to enjoy the shit. I just want people to fuck with the shit. And we here, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I will say what we heard. I feel like this might be some of your best music that you put out. I feel like this might be some of your best produced, best mixed, some of your best, you know, your bodies of work. I feel like this is going to be something that is going to be some of your best music.
Absolutely. I feel like this past year I evolved, which I thought I never would have. I evolved, and I definitely did some different shit. Still kept the real, of course, of everything that I'm going through, but yeah. I'm definitely really putting it all out there. So, you know what I mean? Yeah. I can't wait for people to hear this, but I'm not going to put no date, and I'm not going to say nothing. That's it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, well, I appreciate you for taking the time to sit and talk to us, man.
I appreciate you for coming all the way down here, my nigga, and then fucking with me. You know what I'm saying?
Anytime you need us, we here.
Hey, well, yeah, I appreciate you, bro.
You know, we always here for whatever you got going on. We're going to keep the movement going.
Absolutely, bro. I appreciate you, man. It's much love.
Hey, for sure. I appreciate you. We can't wait to hear what you got going. And we can't wait to hear, the future music. We'll have to figure out this timeline for whenever you're going to be dropping this music, because you said by the time
I'm going to keep y'all guessing, bro. I don't ever want to say it unless I post it. I don't mean it. Hey. You know what I'm saying? So.
Hey, well, we out here. We here with Castro Escobar. That's it, man. Thank you.
Appreciate you, bro. Thank you for having me, bro.
Thank you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Stay slump.